What's up, Bills fans? I haven't done a video in quite a while, and figured it would be good as time as any to do a video. It's getting to be draft time, free agency this coming week, so why not? But I'm going to talk to you about a more important issue with the Buffalo Bills, an issue that has just been plaguing them forever. And it's one that I'm becoming more and more passionate about as the days go on, because I see the overwhelming amount of Bills fans who just kind of want to say, hey, let's just run Ryan out there. Why not? Why? Why would you do that? And they'll blindly accept that Todd McShay, Mel Kiper, or any other draft pundit slash opinion maker says that there isn't a first round pick or a quarterback worthy of a first round pick this year. That is total BS. That is total BS, complete BS, because how often are these guys wrong? I mean, they're like weathermen. They're always seemingly a day late and a dollar short. And yes, there is no luck or RG3 in the sense that those guys are so polished and so ready to come in and play right now. How often is that? That's a once every 20 year draft class. So Bills fans, you want to sit around another 20 years and wait for the next luck RG3 Russell Wilson draft class? Go right ahead. That doesn't sound like fun to me. People that want to sit around and say, hey, they should wait till 2014. So Johnny Manziel can have a horrible sophomore year, and then all of a sudden he's not worthy of a first-round pick. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater has a few rough games, and all of a sudden he's not worthy of a first-round pick. He should be a 15 pick. Until draft day comes, and Ryan Fitzpatrick has won them 6 games, and the Bills are picking 8th or 9th or 10th or 11th, and the quarterbacks who are worth taking are gone. And that's what happens, and that's what's been happening. So, with that, here you are, 8. It's not the end of the world. Take the quarterback, period. You look at the 32 NFL teams there are. 23 of them are starting first-round quarterbacks. 23. Only 2 have second-rounders. Only 2 have third-rounders. 1 sixth-rounder, Tom Brady. 1 seventh, ours truly, Ryan Fitzpatrick. And 1 undrafted, Tony Romo. So if you look at those percentages, where do you go? Where do you look to? If you haven't drafted a quarterback in the top half of the first round in 30 years, since Jim Kelly, and then the last quarterback you've taken in the first round was J.P. Lossman, a guy who's not even in the league, and then the last quarterback you drafted, Levi Brown, is on a practice squad in the CFL. Yes, you need to take a quarterback. But let me get back to the draft experts who say there isn't a quarterback worth taking, that all of a sudden Matt Barkley forgot how to play football, or he can't throw the ball a certain way, or he can't make things happen when the play breaks down, or whatever minutia they feel like breaking down. Something I like to think that they suffer from is paralysis by analysis, where they sit there and just stare at these things over and over and over again until they just run away with something. When in fact the kid would have been taken 3rd overall last year. You know, he had some rough games. He got injured. It happens to every NFL player. Every NFL player. So, what does that say? Let's hear Todd McShay's evaluation of a former Bill, Brian Brom, a quarterback, and let's hear his evaluation of the best NFL quarterback, in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers, when they were both on the Green Bay Packers in 2008, following Brett Favre's retirement, when they were both going to compete for the job. Let's hear Todd McShay, draft expert, ESPN, evaluate these two.
They just go the other way.
I think he has very good touch though. He has good timing, gets rid of the ball on time, and when he gets into a rhythm, he can beat you in a lot of different ways. I like him. I honestly think Brian Robb 2 years from now could be the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. It would not shock me at all. And I still think Aaron Rodgers has a chance as well, but I think Brian Brown's upside is greater than that of Aaron Rodgers. I look at him. The size is solid. He has a background that's solid, and I think mentally he has what it takes to get it done at the next.
How did your evaluations compare? Aaron Rodgers coming out of college, Brian Brown coming out of college.
They're surprisingly similar. I mean, I look at Brian Brown. I have him 27th overall, and then Aaron Rodgers, I had early second round range. So not that far off. I rated Brown a little bit better coming out of school. I thought Rodgers, no creativity coming out of school. Questions about, obviously, the Jeff Tedford system. And similar with Brown. How does he perform when the initial play breaks down? And that's something I'll be interested to see between both of them.
Just like when Aaron Rodgers was coming out, the one thing that he lacked was any anticipation. He had to see a route come open, see a wide receiver come open, and that is just disturbing if you're thinking about transitioning. Brown does not do that. He will throw off the anticipation. That is a huge advantage going to the next level.
And, Brown has some.
Okay, hold it right there. So the other guy was talking was Merrill Hodge, by the way. There's your draft expert, folks, who works for ESPN, who ESPN employs to give his opinion to. Talking about Aaron Rodgers and Brian Baum. We watched Brian Baum play. Brian Baum doesn't play in the NFL anymore. Aaron Rodgers is going to become the highest paid NFL quarterback next year and has won a Super Bowl and has made Green Bay fans forget about Brett Favre. So please, with a grain of salt, with whipped cream and a cherry on top, listening, it's fun. It makes for good argument. Don't take anything these guys say seriously when they are evaluating and studying tape of these guys, because there is no tried and true way to evaluate an NFL quarterback transitioning from college to the pros. There isn't. If there was, you'd be a trillionaire because you could forecast it. And I'm not saying I can, but I'm saying based on the percentages of quarterbacks who play in the NFL and start, the quarterbacks who have won Super Bowls and have been to multiple Super Bowls, like you look at the list I mentioned, you have 32 quarterbacks in the NFL, 23 of them that start are first rounders. Then you look at the first rounders who've been to the Super Bowl in the last 10 years, multiple. Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, in just the ones that were first rounders that won it and went. I mean, Flacco, Rodgers. Then you have your rare cases like, Brady. Breeze was the first pick in the second round. So, then Colin Kaepernick, who was, high second round pick. But even this year, you had rookie quarterbacks coming in, changing the face of their franchises, changing the whole dynamic of their team. Rookie quarterbacks play, and they win now. This is no longer game one in the trenches anymore, where you do 3 yards in a cloud of dust, you line up and just run the football ahead and then try to just beat a team deep on play action in the third quarter because you've been running it so much. No. That's not the way the game is played. The game is played with efficiency at your quarterback position, timely turnovers on defense, and it's situational all the way. How good are you on third down offense, defense, red zone offense, red zone defense? Period. That's how good are you on third down? It's just that's what it is now. It's situational through and through. So if you don't have the quarterback that can carve up a defense, a quarterback that can generate and infuse synergy into the football team, you don't have anything. And you look at what RG3 did in Washington, Russell Wilson did, and that's rare for a third rounder to do it. But you look at that and you just, wow. I mean, Luck had some turnovers, but he made huge plays late in games when they mattered, and you saw the ability. And if you're not going after that, then what are you doing? Why? Why bother? Why run out? What are you selling your fan base if you're going to run out Ryan Fitzpatrick and Javaris Jackson right behind him? It makes no sense. So with that said, Bills fans, for me, And for any team that doesn't have a quarterback, it should always be all about the quarterback and who you have under center. Let me know what you think. Comments, questions, scrutiny is always welcome, because when, like I've always stated, put yourself out there. You're got to be open and ready for it. But I'll argue it every day, all day. No pick you'll throw at me is gonna sway me in my decision or my thought process that the Bills should take a quarterback at 8th, and whatever so-called talent evaluator said that there's not one worth taking. I've offered up proof to you right there. They don't know much of what they're talking about any more than I do or you. So with that said, you guys have a good one. Take care, Bills fans.